This is K4PEW, net control for the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net. Is there any, nah, I'm not going to ask you about emergency traffic. If there's something you got to say, just tell me. Where was I? I need to start over here. No, I'm not going to start again. Emergency traffic, I skipped it. For information on that, you can go to YouTube and see the display on my radio so you can see how your signal compares to other. You can also hear people you might not otherwise hear from your own station because of just problems. You can figure out how to solve those problems by spending tons of money, getting a 100-foot tower and that kind of stuff. But check with your wife and your banker first, and the IRS as required. Also, you can go to, on YouTube. You can just go to K4PEW, K4PEW in the search block on YouTube, or you can go to 146.415.net and look for information on Simplex. You can also go to Facebook. You can go to Facebook by Simplexton, the MJ Simplexton. Find me there during the net. You can also find the Simplexton, Mount Juliet Simplexton net there as well. I mean, the Facebook page for that. And you can also go to groups.io. That's GROUPS in the Oscar. Sign up for our email list where we send out reminders about our nets as well as other people's nets, as well as we offer an opportunity for you to ask technical questions or whatever else you want to ask about ham radio, figure out what's going on. After the big mess this past week, there's been a lot more interest in emergency communications, at least in the states of Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, East Tennessee, etc. So you can be helpful. He'd be helpful to whoever might ask him. Or you can send me an email at k4pew@arrl.net. The net normally meets at 8 p.m. every Wednesday and Saturday. And tonight we're doing the net on 146.415 FM, and then moving to 446.415 FM, and then to 28.415 upper sideband, and then to 223.415. A lot of 415s in it. 223.415 on the secret band, and it's a secret frequency which nobody understands anyway because nobody else is there but us. But feel free to buy a radio or borrow one, or try if you've got a 220 handheld. Somebody's going to be able to hear you out if you hook it up to a regular outside antenna. We had that happen recently on another band. Yeah, with a handheld, it worked out great. Purpose of that is to have fun. Figure out what you can hear, what you can't hear. You can meet all kinds of nice people. I think that most of the people I met here are nice. In fact, I can't think of the one that isn't nice. But ham radio is a great hobby and service, and it's a nice. You can make it real technical if you want to be, and it doesn't have to be real technical. It's the announcements. We also have the 10-meter net on Sunday nights. That's 28.415. That's at 7:30 p.m. And that is on also he moves on Michael. That's Michael KM4YRF. He moves on to 29.415 FM. All this information is on the face of that groups.io page, and it's at 7:30. And he also moves on to 223.415 on the 220 band. Does anybody have any other announcements? Well, it's going to be a busy night. No more announcements. Like I said, pay it. By the way, this past week was a great reminder for all people, particularly hams, but all people, that even what we thought was predictable storm that was moving in somewhere in the southeast, whole crap load of people weren't prepared for anything. I don't expect people to be prepared for a flood and that kind of stuff. That's kind of hard to be prepared for, but and dams breaking or rivers overflowing, it's just a big mess. But I do expect them to have some plan in place to evacuate and or to have communication methods available outside of a cell phone. That'd be a good starting point for telling people, that, hey, you need to get a handheld or an FRS or a GMRS or a CB radio, something to get out in case of an emergency. There was people in a really bad state, in the parts of Georgia and South Carolina and East Tennessee. And I don't think they finished the body count at somewhere 120 maybe. I don't know. It's awful though. But like I said, being prepared is the key to not only planning ahead for an emergency, but also planning ahead for having communication in the event they lose it. And a whole bunch of people lost communication. Anyway, enough said about that. Everybody, usually I'm preaching to the choir here because everybody here knows that ham radio or amateur radio communications is important. Is there any other announcements before I move on? All right, we're going to be taking check-ins from the well, first we're going to take check-ins from the short on time, mobile, or first time check-ins. So please come in. Now there's two people in there, but oddly Rick won. You must have, what do you got, 1,000 watts out there in that machine?
Yeah, 1,010.
Man, it's doing awesome. Everything all right?
Everything's good, man. How are you doing, sir?
If it got any better, I'd be employed again.
I don't know if that'd be better or not, but.
Oh, I'd be back making the big bucks, man.
No, yeah, got a point there. And I know you make big bucks, too.
Yeah, I don't know what that means exactly. There was some lean periods, I'll tell you.
I agree, Paul. Hey, thank you for what you do, sir. Appreciate you.
Very good. That's Rick, K14TJF, and he is in West Ashland City with a big signal again tonight. So conditions are good. Who else was that in there?
K4TJ Mobile.
Well, I think I heard two in there, if I heard that correctly. I think I heard Kilo November 4. What's it, November Tango Juliet?
November Charlie Juliet.
Oh, very good. Have you checked in before?
No, sir. I am mobile right now. It's the first time check-in, and I am also going to report now.
Okay, very good. Where are you mobiling tonight?
Lebanon at the moment.
Okay, very good. So you're from this area?
No, sir. I'm actually driving for Uber right now, so I am definitely Uber multitasking.
Oh, very good, very good. Well, this one's not going to earn you any money, I'm afraid to tell you. What was your first name?
Yeah, first name is Brady.
Yeah. Okay, very good, Brady. Good to have you in there. We don't get too many mobiles and that haven't already checked in, but that's fantastic. Did you just come across us on the net?
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, well we appreciate you being there. It's always fun getting people we haven't heard from before. So just to compete, pass the word and let other people know as well. Very good. That was Brayden. He is Kilo November 4 and November Charlie Juliet, and he's mobile. He's working right now in Uber Eats. So I've never used Uber. No, yeah, my wife has. I have not. I already eat too much. Did I hear another station in there ending in a Papa Sierra? Is there another station in there on top of that other one, Papa Sierra? I guess not. Is there anybody else mobile first time check-in or mobile first time? I already said that twice. You got to check in twice if you're mobile. Now mobile first time check-in or short on time.
Come in.
Go ahead, Mike.
There was a Portland station in there. The guy in Portland.
Okay, who is the guy in Portland? Hello, Portland. Oh man, again, all I heard was the Papa Sierra. I'm sorry. Can you give me the call 2 or 3 times, really, really loud and with meaning? Oh, that's Golf Papa Sierra. I got it. That's Kilo Quebec 4 Golf Papa Sierra. I appreciate you taking the time to straighten me out. I could barely hear you tonight. You copying me there? Oh, yeah, I wasn't able to copy that very well. Michael, were you copying that?
Yeah, he's like F7 to me. He wanted to see if he could get through for Portland.
Okay, well, he did. He did very good. I'm glad you get checked in, and I'm glad you hung on there for a minute. Anyway, it's good to have you in there. The signal, the conditions weren't good tonight. I know we've talked before, so it's a matter of conditions tonight. That's Ken, correct? Well, very good, Ken. I appreciate you being there and appreciate you hanging in there too. That was Kilo Quebec 4 Golf Papa Sierra in Portland. His name is Ken. Who else is short on time mobile or first time check-in? All righty, we're going to be starting from the east. So east, please come now.
KM4YRF.
You really do not have to yell, Mike.
Sorry.
Yeah, but you ought to have a button on there, like it cuts your signal in half or something.
Well, if it didn't take so long, I'd cut my power down when it's time for me to check in for you. But man, I love your thumbnail on the YouTube.
Oh, just something I threw together before the net. I don't know if that's good or bad. I mean, it was like a fake. Somebody told me it didn't go well for him, but his face told me the story.
Well, it was the usual thing. He was, but J.D. Vance was way more prepared than he was. Vance was laid back, and it was not an adversarial thing. They had even agreed on a few things, so it was good debate.
Yeah, no, I wasn't thinking he was wholly terrible, but the problem, well, from what I read, if you were briefed by what's his name, Buttigieg, I'm pretty sure it would have always gone bad.
You're probably right.
Or in his case, if you were debriefed.
Yep, pretty good.
Very good. That was Mike, KM4YRF. He does the net on Sunday nights at 7:30 p.m. on 10 meters. So make sure to be there. Mike also fills in for me when I'm sick or pretending to be dead or out of town, or all three. Who else is east? Oh, very good. How you doing there, Jeff?
Doing good, sir. I appreciate everything you do.
Yeah, I appreciate what you do too. I don't always check in, but you know how that goes. There's lots of nets I don't check into, but I try to do them once in a while.
We all have issues. Somebody gets through.
Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, it's good. It is a little. Some of the nets. We have. I don't know if you've paid any attention, but we've been a whole bunch of us on the group here have been checking into the Cheatham County Aries net on Tuesday nights at what time is that? 7 o'clock, right, Mike?
Yep, 7 o'clock.
Yeah, and actually, I'm glad we do because only a couple people from Cheatham County actually check in, and so they get 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 check-ins, and most of them are Simplextons.
That's awesome. That's great.
Yeah, I guess it is. I forgot. I didn't write down your call properly. You need to check in more often. What's the second letter? Is it Gulf?
Whiskey Delta 4 Bravo Whiskey Charlie.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I should remember that. Again, as I get older, I tend to forget more. But that's good. I should remember. It's like WD-40 except without the 40.
Or a Petterwood Coke. How's that?
Oh, yeah. Very good. Anything good for the net? By the way, Jeff does the 8 p.m. net on the I forget which frequency? Which repeater are you on? I forget.
I'm usually on the Watertown machine, 146, 835, and 888.
Yep, 146, 835, the Watertown machine. You can look it up on the web. That's the WC4. Well, not really. It's the W4 EOC repeater net, correct?
It's pretty close. W4 EAL.
Oh yes, man, I threw that one out and wasn't even thinking about it. It is the EAO. Emergency Operations Center. That's why it's EAO. Emergency. Wait a minute. EOC. Yeah, it's EOC, right?
Emergency amateur operation.
Oh, that's why I never did. I guess I didn't think that through very well. That's due to my age now. Anything else for the net, Jeff? For make a further fool of myself?
No, so you're fine. It's all good, you know.
Yeah, very good. Pretty soon we're going to have a, maybe we'll just call it the Geritol net.
I'm a member.
Yeah, very good. That was Jeff. Great signal out of Lebanon. That was Whiskey Delta for Bravo, Whiskey Charlie. He does a great job over on that every week. Who else is east? All right, up to the north. You get my email there, Wes?
Yes, I did. That's interesting. I got it today while I was working. Everything's good up here in the north. I heard the local station this week, but I turned the antenna up and heard it. And nice to hear Braden on. I worked in today. So, doing a good job.
Yeah, very good. That's Wes. Kilo Echo 4 Tango Whiskey India in Possum Town, northern Wilson County, which is a big signal, by the way. And who else is eating north?
8421.
I've also got them. No, I don't have it louder than that. We have some good signals tonight. How you doing there, Danny?
Oh, I'm doing fine. Just sitting here monitoring the net.
Very good. Is there still a lot of activity on GMRS? I noticed you mentioned that some time ago that it's got some stuff going on. Is it still going on?
Oh, yeah, we just had a net there just a few minutes ago.
How many people are getting on that net?
5, 10, 15. You know, it was a bunch.
Cool. I'm glad to see that's picked up because when I monitored, and I haven't done it in a while, it just didn't have a lot of activity over a lot of years, and I don't know why it was. Maybe it's because the $78 or whatever it was for the license.
Well, now it's the 35, just like for your ham license.
Yeah, it's 35, but it's for a longer period of time, isn't it?
10 years.
Okay, it's for the 10-year period, but it's still pretty cheap. I mean, it's not. If you can't afford $35, you certainly can't afford a radio.
That's right.
Anything good for the net?
No, that's it. I'll get you on the next one.
Very good. That was Danny, or is Danny? He's still there. Danny, Kilo Delta for Golf Oscar November, and he's up near Cottontown. Who else is north?
84 VW, Carlin Angel down that way.
Hello, Carlin. You holding up your end of the bargain up there?
Yes, I just happened to get done looking for a control module for a Frigidaire stove here on the internet. Sister lost the stove. The oven decided to go into high bake mode. And I went down there to get the model number off of it, and the model number is missing. So I had to get on there and kind of peruse around, and I think I found what she needs for it. So I don't know, and I just happened to get done with that. And happened to walk in there at the right time, I guess. You were asking for the north.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, a lot of those. I forget whose model you said it was. Whatever it is, there's a lot of those, like lawnmowers, man. Oh, a lot of parts are interchangeable.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure this is it. It's a big 40-inch Frigidaire range. It's got like a clock module off, I guess maybe about the center of the control panel up there. And then to the right of it is like 4 standard, click style controls for the burners, because it's got burners on it. It don't have a soft thing. And I went down there and looked at it this evening. And I said, well, I need to get the model number off of it where I can, see what it goes in the thing. So if I can get a service manual, find a service manual, then I can download, a blow up of it and see what's actually in there. So anyway, I'm going to call a local appliance guy down there in Galveston and see if he happens to have those in stock. He probably does. So, but that thing was manufactured in 2003. I was kind of like, that thing's getting old. I don't know if you're going to be able to get parts for it.
So I guess I'll find out. They are available online, so I guess I might be able to do it that way. They're not cheap. I think one of them's like 160 and the other's like 150. Two boards. Looks like the clock module plugs on top of the control module, and both of them give the same fault. Either no heat in the oven, or the oven is not active, or the oven and hers is too hot. So I don't know. So I'm going to tell her it could possibly be up to $300 to replace those. What do you want to do? You want to get a new stove or what?
Oh yeah, that's why I'm glad in a way. I was not glad, but I get this house is built in '70, so that's the age of the stove and the oven. I've had to fix both of them.
Yeah, well, the stove that I've got is a big, I guess, 40-inch model, but it don't have no electronics in it. It was my mother's stove. And the only thing I've had to do to get was replace the control for the burner, one of the burners. And I went and got another control for it. I know Daddy told me that, well, that's been messed up for a long time. I said, well, when I seen what it was doing, I knew it was wrong, so I just went and got another control. I think it was like, I want to say $35 for another, control, low, high, medium, stuff like that. So I went and got another put on it, but that's been years ago when I replaced that. It's been an easy, probably 25, 30 years ago when I replaced that. It's still working fine. So that's the only thing I've really done to it. But they don't have none of that electronic clock and all that. It's got the old mechanical where you have to turn it, and stuff. And in a way, I was kind of looking at that one down there and seeing how that one was carrying on. And I thought, in a way, this old stove I've got up here, it's kind of, I would say, like a blessing that it ain't got all that electronics in it stuff. So I don't know. I mostly cook all my stuff anyway in a convection microwave. It's stainless steel on the inside. I could take something out of the icebox and stick it in and heat it up there within about 3 to 5 minutes. It's steaming hot, thing ready to eat.
Oh yeah, those are nice. Yeah, the older stuff without all the fancy is a lot cheaper to fix. Also, have you checked eBay? Also can be a good source for a couple items if they're available.
Well, I'm going to check locally down there because you kind of almost short circuit. You can't heat that up oven. And I said, well, what you need to do is you use the burners up here, stay out of the oven, and you've got 2 microphones, microwaves. Get your little microwave that you're talking about you got there and set it there on the counter. And use that to heat food up. If you got something you want to eat, just heat up. Just use that until we can get the oven fixed, if we can. Because I told her, said, this thing says it's manufactured. Part of the label is missing on it, and that's something that one of these other guys had noticed on it posted on the stove he was talking about. Said that the model number part of the label was missing. That's the way it was on that down there. Half the label apparently has fell off over the years and it's gone. You see the glue, but I was telling her that I don't know if we can find any parts of this thing or not as old as it is, but I haven't found a bunch of parts. I was surprised. So I don't know. Anyway, hello to everybody on here. Let me shut up and let you get some more check-ins, Paul. So anyway, catch you over on the secret stand.
Very good, Carlin. That was Carlin doing appliance repair. Kilo Delta 4 Victor Uniform Whiskey. And there was another station trying to get in. Who was that? I heard another station. I didn't realize they were Dublin. Anybody else north? Wouldn't have been you because I would have heard you.
Yes, it was not me. But I thought I heard something under him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, that's what I say. I would have known if it was you.
Yeah. Yeah. About the only person that would cover you up would be Bart, and Michael's pretty strong, but yeah.
Anything good going on?
No, just listening to that conversation about the appliances because I was like, yep. I was like thinking, where would I get that part from? There's a bunch of websites, but sometimes when they get older, the things start to get harder to find.
Yeah, whatever you do, don't call Lowe's or Home Depot.
Oh no. I used to get, stuff off the. There used to be an outlet, that sold. It's somewhere in Nashville. They would go there and you can get the parts. I'm sure it's still there. I just can't recall the name.
Probably the same company I used to deal with in Florida because they were all over the place.
Marcone.
Was it
That's the
Marco?
one. That's Michael's right. That's the one.
Yeah, Marcone was excellent.
Yeah, if you need it really hurry the same day, that's where I'd go, or else I'd get it online. But I mean, laundry machines, ovens. I got a heating element for the old oven and bushings and stuff to rebuild the dryer. I'm like, but the thing is, it's too much like work. It's just like when I work. So it's like,
Yeah, appliances, small appliances. But I call them those small appliances anyway. The ovens, and stoves, and refrigerators. They're a pain to work on.
the smaller, the worse. I like the big stuff. I can climb inside. Some of the big commercial stuff. But yeah, when you start doing the little ones, it's like,
Well, I used to joke about that in the industry I was in. They said, "Oh, that must be tough. You guys working on those big, 1,000-ton refrigeration systems." I go, "No, they're actually easier than a home refrigerator."
yeah. I know at first, like, oh my God, what did I get myself into? Look at all these parts. But then you're like, oh, well, at least I can see what I'm doing. I can climb up there. I can get inside. And you look at some of the small stuff, like some of the homeowner stuff and some of the small, even the commercial stuff. It's like, how did they put 20 pounds worth of stuff in a 5-pound box?
Yeah, you also just want to tell whoever's it is, including your wife, say, "We're just going to throw this one out."
Exactly. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I've been fortunate that I can usually fix it, but yeah, I don't know, I think it was a GE. I can't remember. I got tired of replacing the timer board, like, and the lock on the door. I finally got rid of it, and the new one. It's not so new. It's probably 10 years old now, but it's been going.
I like it when you fix something and then a week later something else busts and you go, "Oh, really? It really wasn't worth it."
Yeah, it's the nickel and dime syndrome. I just was dealing with something like that at work today. The customer's got 28-year-old unit. It's like they really need to buy a new unit. They can save so much just the energy savings alone. But you can't get people to understand that sometimes.
Well, my favorite questions from homeowners, my wife, and anyone who isn't anywhere near, the industry, they'll say, "Well, why did it break?" Because it did. That's the answer. Doesn't need a reason.
Yep. No, and it's funny. We get the goofiest questions like that, and well, what do you mean there's a problem with my power? It's been the same power for the last 5 years, and that means what?
Hey, you're making me laugh because we're just, it just breaks and we got to fix it. Okay. How long is it going to take? I don't know. When I'm done, I'll let you know.
Yep. Yeah, well, it is, but oh, whatever. It is what it is. It's life sometimes, but yeah. Well, thanks for doing that. I'll give it back over to you and let somebody else check it. KB9R, take it.
Very good. That's Frank with a huge signal out of North Mount Juliet. Can't get much farther northwest without being over the Great Wall of east in Nashville. That was Kilo Bravo 9 Romeo Kilo Kilo. Who else is north?
November 8th, November Hotel Tango.
Hey, what are the odds? I ran into another Hayden who lives somewhere up north there, and he's a 15-year-old or 16-year-old hand.
Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about. He posted something on the about a new repeater. I checked out the repeater, and I met him too. And I was very surprised that there are two young hands, both named Hayden, in the same area. That seems like not a very high likelihood.
Yeah, well, it happened. Anyway, he was looking. He goes, "Yeah, I think I might." He goes, "I got to get a hold of him."
Yeah, one of these times those two will talk. But yeah, it's a pretty strange thing if you ask me. Hey, are you doing the breakfast every if it's every Saturday now?
Yeah, we're gluttons for punishment over there. Now we're going to be there every Saturday. The second and the fourth are the ones that are, I don't want to say mandatory. Those are ones that I guess we put emphasis on, but I don't know why.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, we'll go soon. I keep having things to do on the weekend, but this next one I got a gig and I got to be somewhere, and so I can't make it to this one. But we might make it to the next one. The kids are always asking; they like going out there.
Oh yeah, you notice what your son used for his profile pic on QRZ.
Yeah, he's got that was at a barbecue fest we took him to, and he loves to eat. He that was in a Greenbrier that I took that picture.
Yeah, no, you put a picture of him eating. Then you don't have to tell me he likes to eat.
Yep, he sure does. He's a big boy. He outweighs me by 15 pounds already.
Yeah, well, I've been in that boat, and you actually have to keep that under control.
Yeah, he's still growing it, but I try to keep him. I don't really mind that, but I want him to keep more active. His younger brothers is real into sports, where Hayden himself is just kind of more of a bookworm. He gets really good grades, but he doesn't have too many social or athletic pursuits, and they would want to pick him out for football because he's nearly 6 feet tall and weighs over 200 pounds.
Yeah, but you still got to be semi-fit for that.
Yep. He can swim. He still can ride bikes, and he does some things. We can keep him active with some things, and I plan on riding some bikes with him over a fall break too, Roger.
Oh yeah, he just has to do something he likes to do and enjoys, and realizing it's a good thing for him because it's rough. If I've seen it happen. So I have to my oldest boy. When you grow up heavier than you should be, you tend to stay that way, and it gets worse.
Yep. We're trying to rein in the sodas and stuff like that. He isn't very bad yet, but he could be more active than he is. But he's still only 13, so we'll see what happens when he's almost 14. We'll see what happens when he's about 16 or so.
Oh wow, yeah, that's right. He's the 13-year-old, and the other one is I forgot how old he was. 16 maybe. I was guessing 17. He said no, 16.
Yeah, I guess so. It's nice to see that those guys like that are the future of ham radio. It's nice to see young people taking up the fold.
Oh yeah, I'm glad they're picking up interest. Got anything else for the net, Hayes?
Oh, I'd complain, but who'd listen? Listen, right? Hey, K4PW, Paul, it's always a pleasure to talk to you, my friend. This is NHT, Hayes in Hendersonville. Back it up, buddy.
Very good. That was Hayes in Hendersonville, November 8, November Hotel Tango. Who else is north?
WB0
WB0. And you doing anything good this week?
No, I just thought I'd check into the appliance repair net.
Yes. Yeah, I'm telling you, everything in service related, because I did it my whole life, and I wasn't an appliance for small appliance repair, but I do it because I'm cheap, and all of all the stuff that I've ever had. So I've attempted and usually was successful with appliance repair, but it's still pain in the butt.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was in the service business my whole life as well, and the one that I always liked the best though was when somebody brings something in, like a handheld radio or something, and they say it doesn't work, and it's just some little thing, and what's it going to cost to fix it?
That's some little thing. Then you realize it was dropped from 80 feet.
Yeah, well, we had them drop from everywhere and fall in. We even had one fall into what do they call it? The big rubber grinding machine down at a tire factory, and they found parts of it anyway, enough to get the serial number, but that was about it. And I worked in Schaumburg for a while, and one of my accounts was the New York Central Railroad, and we had a deal where we were supplying them radios for a fixed amount a month, corporate deal. And then we came out with a radio that was about half the size, and all of a sudden, all of the old ones were being brought in for service. But the best one was one that had been obviously laid on a railroad track and cut in half.
Yeah, it just happened to fall just at that right moment. Huh? Yeah, that's pretty funny. Yeah, it is funny how people, oh, how much will this cost? I don't know. How long will it take? I don't know.
And the best answer was that some little thing, tell me which one you want, one of those little things you want replaced, I'll tell you what it'll cost.
Yeah, yeah. You said, well, I 110 didn't work, so I tried 220.
Right. Oh well. Kept my kids fed, so I'm happy. Anyway, I'll sit back and listen. Have a good night.
All right, very good. That was Whiskey Bravo Zero, November Oscar Oscar, and his name is Mark. He's in northwest Wilson County. Big signal. You can tell he was in the communications industry his whole life. Who else is north? Wow, I didn't get any of that. Did you copy that, Mike?
Yes, I got most of it. I got Kilo November 4 and one that really paid that close attention.
Okay, Kilo November 4 station. Please go again.
I believe that was Foxtrot, India, Foxtrot.
Was that Foxtrot, India, Foxtrot?
Oh, wow. He just went down the noise.
Yeah, who had a better copy?
This is Frank Indian Arcade.
Yeah, go ahead. What was it?
Foxtrot Yankee Lima for the last.
Oh, very good. Kilo November 4, Foxtrot, Yankee Lima, right, Frank?
Correct.
Okay, very good. Yeah, I'm sorry. You're right in the noise to everybody, but Frank, and he's in Northwest Wilson, so you must be farther north. I can look you up real quick. I'm really having trouble copying anything you're saying. I did hear the Kilo November, but that's not much else. Okay, now I remember. This is Clarence in Russellville, Kentucky. That's why the signal's a little rough today. We have had better conditions before. Appreciate you checking in, Clarence. And again, Russellville, Kentucky, and that's a grand total of, it's got to be 60 miles north, maybe. Am I close? Yep, 60.4 miles, Russell. Appreciate you checking in. I'm struggling to hear anything you say, so I appreciate you checking in and have a good day. That was Kilo November 4, Foxtrot, Yankee Lima, and that's Russ in Russellville, in Russellville, Kentucky. I mean Clarence. I said Russ, Clarence in Russellville. Who else is north? Where I grew up, there was a Clarence, New York. Maybe that's why I got that in my head. I don't know why. I haven't been in Clarence, New York in 55 years. I don't think. Who else is north or west? What appliances have you fixed today there, Greg?
Nothing like that. I just came back in the room though with my cat code.
Yes. Which one? Do you have them numbered or named?
No, that's Ellie. It's the garage cat.
It's funny. Our garage cat is named Ellie, and we don't call it the garage. That's her lounge. It's the cat lounge.
Yeah, there's a new interloper, another feral cat that's kind of hanging out. He's there twice a day, and he knows all the houses in the neighborhood. But he's a big guy. He's not starving.
He just makes the rounds.
Yep, and anyway, Ellie doesn't usually like cats, but they made friends, so that's good.
Oh wow. That's cool. Anything good else in the feline world?
No, that's about it.
Very good. That's Greg. Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo. He is in Antioch. Again, signals are pretty good tonight. Who else is West?
JG4 ILD, Jackson Donaldson.
Jack Flat Tire Donaldson. How you doing, Jim?
I got 4 new shoes now.
Oh, is that right? You finally broke down?
Yeah, I got them all around.
Were they bad? I mean, were they really in need?
Yeah, they were all old, and the one that goes flat, it was just kind of dry rotted. It didn't really have a hole in it. It was just kind of leaking out. But hey, I've been to that Marcone place to get oven elements, and that is a great place.
Well, they got everything, and they know everything, so that's the deal. It is a good, and the prices. Well, when you're buying commercially, it's cheaper, but they're a good source no matter who you are.
There used to be a Netco store, but I think it's gone. Yeah, they changed the name years ago. Okay, that's the longest business I worked on an appliance.
Yeah, I don't really want to. My wife tells me something's gone bad. I said we need a new one.
Well, by the way, I like the thumbnail tonight too.
I guess, like I said, I didn't want to be too political with it, but it sounded like he wasn't well prepared.
Yeah, I watched the debate. It was pretty good.
Well, it wasn't antagonistic, and it's funny how what I heard anyway, because I read it, I didn't hear it anyway. Uh, that they promised not to, the moderators promised not to do something, and they do it anyway.
Well, they lit into the major candidates. They didn't really like it to each other.
Yeah, anyway, it is. I sometimes think those debates are a waste of time, especially the VP debates.
It'll be over with in a month.
Oh yeah, it'll be great. I don't know, we're gonna have to wean us off this political stuff.
All right, thanks for doing that, Paul. I'll let somebody else check in. See you on the next one, KG4 ILV.
That is Jack, Kilo Golf 4, Indy Lima Victor. He's in Donaldson. And he's going to meet us here, not here, but over at Golden Corral on Saturday. I should have been in the announcements. We are meeting on Saturday again. Every Saturday, unless there's a flash flood. And actually, Golden Corral is a good location because it's high. It's high off the main road. Who else is west? Anybody else west? South? Hello, Tony. You doing okay?
Unless you heard something.
No, that means no news is good news.
All right. Well, you got them backed up, so I'm gonna make it short. KF4 KF2.
All right. You can always check in early on the early and short on time net.
Yeah, but sometimes you get long-winded, and I never know when that's going to be.
Oh, not on the short on time. If you're short on time, I'll let you go immediately. In fact, I'll let you go now.
All right. Anyway, that's it. KF4 KF2.
Yeah, that's Tony, KF4 KFQ, and he is in Smyrna. Who else is south? Thank you for holding on that long there, Larry. You doing all right? Very good. That's Larry, and he's in Rockville. Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor. He does the 7:15 p.m. That's 19:15 net for you that are inclined to use that type of clock. On Saturdays for the D-Star net. D-Star. If you got an HT, get on there at 7:15. Somebody should be able to hear you. We get check-ins from Davidson and Wilson County and in between and north. So there's going to be somebody out there who can hear you. Anyway, it was Larry KE4SYB. And that's a 146460 if you're not sure what you're looking for. Who else is south?
Kilo India 4 November Delta November.
Hello, Dave. Man, your signal is huge tonight.
Oh, okay. Well, that sounds conditions must be good. It's kind of hanging over here like hanging on over here like a hair in a biscuit. Very good net. I appreciate what you're doing, sir.
Yeah, if I had the energy, I'd turn down the volume on my headphones. I don't. You're really loud. I'm not kidding. You're as loud as Michael is, and he's only 2 miles from me.
Okay, I can change it with one little push of a button.
No, you're doing fine. I just cleans out my ears that way.
I got you, sir. Well, I know you're getting towards the end of the net. Seventh grade to everybody, and prayers and for all the affected by Helene, and
ham radio operators everywhere, everybody. And petty rivalries kind of go out the door whenever emergencies come in.
Oh yeah, well, again, we take politics too seriously. And truth of the matter is, when I read an issue like I did today, sickening. Here's this married couple, been married for 50 or 60 years, and they found them holding on to each other because the tree killed them both during the storm. I thought, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's a sad thing. The information that we've got that comes, days later. A lot of time we start getting the true information many days after the storm, and that's correct. So I'll let you carry on, sir. 7-3. God bless. KI4 Indiana.
Yeah, that was David in Reedyville, KI4 November Delta November, and he's just another reminder that being prepared is half the battle, and having a plan and what you're going to do with your family or not, where you're going to go or not going to go. I saw that even that, and if an employer says you got to stay, even when there's flash flood warnings, leave, because they had 11 in a factory out in East Tennessee, in I forget the name of the county now. Anyway, 11 people got swept away, and I think only 6 of them were found. I don't know if they found the other 5 or not. So it's horrible. And no matter what your employer says, do what's best for you and your family, of course. Anybody else south or anywhere? Oh, I'm sorry, that was November 4 what?
November 4, X-ray.
Hey, very good. How are you tonight?
Not too bad. We got back home. Actually, I heard you on the 18th outside of the house. I believe.
Yeah, that's funny that you could hear me on an HT from up in Cumberland. You were still in Cumberland Furnace when you heard it? That's funny. Let me look here. Your thing, what the distance to Cumberland Furnace is, 50 miles. Well, I had a signal from Russellville in the Kentucky. He was about 60 miles, and he was right at the noise level. So I can hear you pretty clearly. Yeah, very good. And it's Justin, right? No, I looked it up because I wasn't sure I knew. Very good, Justin. Glad to have you in there. That's for Justin. He's in Cumberland Furnace, and he heard me initially on his HT, which is that's like unheard of for 50 miles. That's really awesome. But again, conditions rule. That was November 4, Foxtrot Oscar X-ray. I don't imagine some of you people were hear him at all. Michael, were you copying Justin?
Just barely. He was just really in the noise.
Yeah, he was just above the noise for me, so I was copying him pretty good. Anyway, who else is any place, anywhere, including west or north or anywhere? Say again? Okay, and for very good, Justin. Anybody? So we're going to move on to the next phase here, which is the lollygaggers, landlubbers, sandbaggers, lollygaggers, lurkers. We're looking for skulkers, slackers, lackeys, toadies, lackards, repeater kerchunkers, shape-shifting lizard people, science deniers, moon landing deniers, global warming deniers. There's a good one. That's a new one, I think. And not to mention the flat earthers, people who think that there's people living inside the earth, and of course the scanner listeners. I leave them for last because they have to email them. They can't just get on the air. Well, they could, but we'd have to report them. Is there any of those left? Are you, Scott? Are you trying to check in?
I was trying to be a repeater chunker.
Yeah, but you won't get a kerchunk from me.
It's not happening right here. KNS.
Ah, very good, Scott. Yep. Were you copying many stations tonight, or you just jump in?
Copied everybody. Oh, on YouTube.
Okay, very good. Yeah, YouTube is a very useful thing. I'm going to have. I didn't want to. I don't even know if I should tell you guys. I was working. I got found a piece of software. This buddy of mine. I can actually. I see right now. I use the YouTube for just the face of the radio, and then I use Facebook for me if somebody wants to see me. And not many people do that. I don't think. I don't really pay much attention who does look at it. Although it tells me sometimes, but I ignore it. Doesn't really matter. So I found a piece of software that let me do both.
Oh, very well. But the thumbnail was priceless.
I didn't want to make it. To me, it was just his face was. Do you remember that guy out west who was the head of a cult that thought a comet was coming back and they were going to be taken away? He reminds me of him.
Oh, yeah, I can see the reference. He made that expression every question. Anytime he wasn't speaking. That's not political.
Oh yeah, no, it's not. To me, it's not even political. It's odd when you have someone who is not. I'll just say not. He doesn't. The camera doesn't do him any favors. You know, a lot of. I mean, he seems like a normal guy. Don't misunderstand me. It's just that the camera sometimes isn't favorable to some people.
So true. All right, carry on with this. K1S for doing.
Very good. That was Scott. He's the Kerchunker tonight. The Kilo 1 Sierra Papa Delta. He's in the burn. Anybody else? All right, we're going to move over to 446, 415. 446, 415. Unless I hear somebody complain about the flat Earth people that didn't check them. Oh yeah, flat Earth and the people who live underneath the Earth. All righty. I don't know how flat can it be, man. It's just a plane. You can only. Well, we got 5 miles. Must be at least five or 6 miles deep because that's how far we drill for stuff. Anyway, I'm going over to 446, 415. We'll see you there. This is Kilo 4 Papa Echo Whiskey for the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net. Looking for check-ins from the east. Please come down. East, please come down.
AM4 Lower.
What were you waiting for?
I was trying to find 446, 415.
Oh, that's one. Okay, very good. You don't have it in memory?
Yes, but I can't remember which one.
Which one? I just spinned it out. I know about where it is. Anyway, that was Michael KM4YRF and Mount Juliet. Who else east? Anybody else east? From the north? KB9 RKK, that'd be Frank. Up in northwest Mount Juliet. Who else is north?
84 Julian.
Oh man, you had another big signal from the north up in Cotton Town. You sound great, Danny. Kilo Delta 4 Golf Oscar November. You also have, is your radio 50 or 65 watts on 220? I mean on 440. Okay, so very good. No, just some radios the older radios I think drop the power, but no, you sound good. Anyway, who else is? We're gonna have to do what do you call it? A low power net, a 5-watt net on 70 centimeters, and see how that works out. We haven't done that in a long time. Anyway, who else is north?
84 Reed.
I'm actually on the low end Tennessee.
Oh, really? No, you sound great, Danny. You're ready. Of course, yeah, I'm sure that Carlin could hear you great.
No, I cannot hear him tonight on this antenna. I'm on the tri-band.
Ah, okay. Very good. You can't hear Carlin. Carlin, can you hear Danny?
Nope. I think he's on the 333, which is not up as, possibly not as high as this 2-meter, 70 centimeter antenna. I think that's what he's on.
Yeah, that's what he told me. He's on the tri-band, so that would be it. But he's got a big audio to me. I'm just surprised you can't hear him. It must be a terrain issue between you and him.
Oh, yeah. He's on the other side of the hill. The hill he lives on, he's on the opposite side of me.
So you're the one that's over the hill, or he's the one that's over the hill?
Oh, I'm up there on Mount Everest. He's on the other side away from me.
Very good. Anyway, that's Carlin, Kilo Delta 4 Victor Uniform Whiskey in Angeltown. Bethpage, who else is north? Or west?
84 ILD.
Very good. We've got Jack with another big signal in Donaldson, Kilo Golf 4 India Lima Victor. Who else? And we've got Catman, Kilo Delta 4, Charlie Victor Echo in Antioch, good signal. Who else is, I'm not going to mention that thing again. Who else is, who else is west? Nobody else west or south? Ah, very good. Yeah, you break the thing there. I normally don't ask for a lollygator list on 70 centimeters. That was Scott, Kilo 1 Sierra Papa Delta in Laverne. Anybody else? All righty. We had a couple of good nets here. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's almost a typical number for us on the 7. It's funny on 70 centimeters to have 8. It's very common. I mean, I only do it from I rarely look back at numbers on nets. I just make them cumulative for the day and move on. And since we've done 1,000 nets, I'm certainly not going to go look over 1,000 nets for sure. I guess I put them all on the computer. I did, but I'd have to go through all of the reports we did on the group site, and I'm not going to do that either. But somebody wants to do it for me. I'm not doing it. Anybody else want to check out 446 before we move over to 28.415? All right, that's where we're going. Would you mind reporting on the 2 meter 4151?
I'll do it.
All right, very good. We'll see you over at 28.415 K4P then. All righty, we're on 28.415 for the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net. Who else we got besides me going east? Anybody east?
KM4YRF.
Would you have to go out and move your antenna?
No, I had to go over to 2 meters.
Oh, boy, that's a lot of work, man. Anyway, that was Michael, KM4YRF in Mount Juliet. Who else is east? Or north? Very good. Sounds great, Danny. Kilo Delta 4 Golf Oscar November. Who else is north? We got 2 in there. I believe it was Frank, KB9 RKK, and I believe I heard, was that you, Hayes?
Yeah, that's correct. This is
Very good. That was Hayes in Hendersonville, November 8, November Hotel Tango. A real nice signal. How strong a signal over there to you, Mike? Was it even stronger?
Yeah, pretty good.
Say again, Hayes.
What's that? Oh, this is Hayes. If you could hear me.
Oh, I can hear you fine. I was wondering if Michael could hear you just as easily as I was.
Yeah, he's got a good signal, mate.
Yeah, I heard some other people in there. So let's move on. That was Hayes, November 8, November Hotel Tango. He is in Hendersonville. Who else is north? North or west? Why don't I just make up a permanent list for Jack and Craig? Yeah, I haven't heard from up in Madison. There's a couple guys in Madison, but I don't hear from them a lot. The Jeff checks in periodically, and he's in Madison. So does Roy. The post-debate drinking, I guess. Anyway, who else? Who else is west? KD4CEVE. I think he's checked in before. That's Greg, Kilo Delta 4, Charlie Victor Echo. Who else? Anybody else west? Please come down. It's funny, we get states outside of Tennessee only on Sunday nights, almost always on Sunday nights, because I think that's when people are able to do it. They're not here on weeknights like us. Like the only conditions are on. Can you remember, Mike? Can you remember the last time we had people check in from other states, like in the West, on a Wednesday night? I don't remember the last time.
It's been a while back.
Huh. Anyway, I heard some noise. Was there? You got a radio on in the background?
Do I?
Yeah, or is that YouTube I'm hearing?
You're probably hearing the washing machine is running.
Oh yeah, I think you got a bad bearing on the reduction gear there.
Thanks for the update.
Anyway, who else is? Where was I? South or west? I'm sorry, was it K1 SPD? I doubled with you there, Scott.
Yeah, I was in there.
Oh yeah, you sound great. That's Kilo 1 Sierra Papa Delta, and he's in Laverne. He makes number 8. It's like a common number. It's a couple of 8s. Anybody else? So we got to break that trend. Anybody else checking in tonight? Please come now. I don't care where you are. I don't care if you burn up your finals. Call. That's right. Promoting broken radio. All righty, man. We had 8 there and 8 to 8. We had 22 on 2 meters tonight, and we had 8 on 70 centimeters. We had 8 on 10 meters, and we're going to go over 223, 415. So we'll see you there if you're able, and we'd love to have you there. You won't go broke if you have to buy a 220 radio at $150 or something like that. Or you could actually get an HT if you got a decent antenna, like that tri-band that Comet 333, I believe it is. Anyway, we'll see you over there. K4PW. All right, we're finishing up Fake Book. Good night. And good night to you too. Have a good one, everybody.